Hello friends, it's Danny here on the Scrappy Boy Stamps channel today. And today we're going to be talking about paper piecing. I'll get to that in a minute, but we will be using the new Little Red Riding Hood collection. What a fun set, well, fun collection. The stamp sets are, the wolf is just adorable. And you got Granny, and I love this image, which is the one that we're going to be working with today. And the lumberjack, fun sentiments as always. And then there is the coordinating paper, and I'm really loving that Scrappy Boy is including like some of these scene patterns. It just makes it so much fun when you're creating your cards. There are the outline dies as well, and then the basket weave background stencil, which I showed you last week. All right, so on to what we're going to be working with today. So again, I wanted to talk about paper piecing because I know not everyone wants to color everything all the time. So this is a fun way to get some patterns onto your projects without having to try to figure out how to color them. So this is what we're going to work with, but I'll get to that in a minute. So when you want to do some paper piecing, it's usually a great idea to find an image that has like a larger area. That's why I thought like this blanket is a great place to do some paper piecing. And then I love with clear stamps, you can take your paper, if I can get it out of here, and you can like kind of hold it underneath so you will see exactly what it's going to look like. Back in the day when we had rubber stamps, which were great, it was a little bit more challenging. So now I love that you can place the hearts where you want them. One thing I would suggest is if you are using a smaller like area, to use a smaller pattern. Like you wouldn't want to use like this super busy pattern probably per se, because you just wouldn't be able to see all of it to really understand. So look for those smaller print patterns like the hearts in this one. This might work. I would avoid darker backgrounds because it's really hard to see the lines that you're going to cut the image out on. So it's easy peasy, really simple technique. You just stamp it out. I've already done it to save some time. And then I like to add just a line of whatever color like the paper is going to be, like this green, just in case I don't get it exact. But that is not necessary. It's just something I do. And I wasn't sure how these were going to look cut out, so I colored that as well. Then you stamp whatever part you want onto your pattern paper. I just wanted that blanket so I didn't have to worry about the rest of it, and I kept my paper down so that it would fit. And then the next step is just to cut it. You color your image, then you glue this on, cut it out with the dies if you have them, and create your card. So easy, but it adds that little touch of something something, and it just makes it a little bit more interesting than just always coloring your image. It's a technique that I love to do, but I will admit I sometimes forget about it and I don't do it as often as I should. So I'm going to go and speed up the process of cutting it out, and then I will color this and put it on there and come back and show you the finished result. And I will probably make the card off camera because I wanted this to really focus on the paper piecing, not making the card. So I will be back momentarily. I did speed this up to 2 times, but it really didn't take that long. The main thing with fussy cutting is to try to move your paper more than you move your scissors, and just do it. It does take practice, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. Okay, so I've already colored up our image and I've cut it out with the outline die. And then you saw me cut out our paper piecing part. One thing I do like to do is to take a black marker and very carefully go around the edges just to try to get rid of any like white bits that might be there and just to make it a little bit more cohesive. I say very carefully because I don't know how many times I've done it and then I draw on the paper and that is not fun. So then our next step is to just, whoops, sorry, my camera decided to move there. Sorry about that. Let me zoom in just a touch. Okay, so then our next step is to just glue this piece onto our colored image. Pay really close attention to the outside there so that it doesn't lift up. And then you just line it up and get it on there. I'm going to hold it for just a minute or two so that glue adheres. And then there we have our finished image with that paper pieced blanket. Like I said, it's just an easy way, a fun way to add some patterns or just a little bit more interest to your images. And it's quick and easy. And especially like if you have an image that has like a larger area, then this really goes through. If you were using some kind of paper where these lines weren't prominent, you could always go over them with like a very fine detail black marker to make them stand out, but these look good. So that is what I have for you today. In the description box below, I will have a link to all the products to the Little Red Riding Hood collection. And then there is also a link to the Scrappy Boy Facebook group. And I invite you to come on over there. I will post the finished card. Well, I'll put it at the end of this video, but I'll also post it over there. And there's always so much inspiration, and we'd love to see what you create as well. So until my next video, go do something for yourself and go get crafty. Bye.